Hello and welcome to our career interview with Mr. Ryan Gallup. Joining me today for this interview is Greenville student Adler Carl. So Ryan, if you could start, tell us what your profession is and a little bit about the pathway that you've taken to get to where you are today.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I am a licensed realtor in the state of New York. Basically, I got started right out of college. It was through an internship program I did with my school. I was able to meet another licensed real estate agent that was kind of able to teach me what it meant to be a real estate agent. So essentially, you're helping people buy and sell homes. I work in the residential sector, so there's also commercial, which jumps into a lot of different avenues as well. But I learned the residential process through a mentor. Found out that it was a good fit for me. They walk you through how to write contracts, how to do inspections, how to show a home, just everything to know about a house. And then through that, I was able to learn it was a good fit. And then you can take a test to get your license, and then you have to join a brokerage. So my company is Howard Hanna Real Estate, and I'm on the William Coons team at Howard Hanna Real Estate. So that's my mentor, kind of taught me everything I know. And once you get to that point, you can start selling and buying homes. Yeah.
So can you walk us through what's a typical day like for you?
All right. Typical day for me. As a real estate agent, you're essentially the owner of your own business. So you have to tackle a lot of different avenues of a business. You have to market yourself. So either that's social media posts, you can do paid advertising or just free posts. You can do physical advertising, billboards, ads in the paper, ads on TV, ads. I mean, anything you can think of. Organizing and putting those systems in place is definitely part of the day-to-day. I have certain clients I touch base with every day with active deals. Want to make sure the deals are progressing, that the way they're supposed to be going. And then one of the best things about the job is creating relationships with people or reaching out to people from the past. That's one of my favorite things I love about this job. So I take a lot of people out to lunch and coffee, or just to see what's going on in their life and if I can be of any assistance, basically. So that's pretty much my day to day. Maybe there's some printing and a lot of coffee involved as well. Yeah.
What are some skills that you would need for this job, such as soft skills like communication, problem solving, and teamwork, or do you need more of like trainable skills?
I would definitely, nothing too trainable. You can kind of learn on the fly. Having good communication skills is always important. Being able to talk to people and work in a team atmosphere, I'd say, is also very important. You've got to negotiate deals, so you have to have negotiation skills. Basically, you have to learn your industry, every little bit of it. So if someone's trusting you to sell their house or help you buy a house, that could be the most important financial commitment of their life. So you want to be prepared for that. And then you have to have a lot of self-discipline, I'd say, you don't have a direct boss. And you don't have a direct schedule either for a day. It's not a 9-to-5 job. You can kind of create your own schedule, but as good as that is, at the same time, it's a con, because you can slack off or you can not prioritize certain things. So being self-disciplined is another one I definitely would say.
So what are some challenges that you face in your job?
Challenges, that's a good question. There's always going to be people you butt heads with a little bit. So everyone gets along differently with different people. So I'd say that's a challenge sometimes, is just trying to find common ground with people. Usually you can get there, but it just takes time, and not everyone is going to be as receptive as other people. So that's definitely a big challenge. And then from my personal experience, this is my second year in the industry. So my first year, I didn't do a lot of business. That's because I had to build my name, my reputation, and my brand pretty much. So getting started is definitely, there's a learning curve to it. And at least with my company, I only get paid if I make sales or if I help buyers. So that's definitely a challenge early on. But once you build your name, build your reputation a little bit, that's when you can really start making a living out of the job.
What advice would you have for a student interested in going into this profession?
All right. Advice. I would say if you like to work on your own and you enjoy working on your own schedule, I would say this is probably a good career for you. I would definitely try to find a mentor right away, someone to teach you all the things that you don't know. I got interested in it because I loved rental properties and commercial, but I ended up learning residential just because that's where my mentor was. So I would definitely say find a mentor, find someone you trust that can teach you the way, and then find a company along with that can help you learn the industry and that can provide you with tools to make it easier on yourself, whether that's a marketing department or free advertising, or they give you leads right off the jump. Those are all things I'd say to do early on.
Were there any classes you took in middle school or high school that connect to your job now?
Um, Directly, I don't think so. I was pretty, I didn't know much about real estate even all the way through college. There was always business courses that I took a lot of interest in, and the business life cycle is pretty similar to real estate. But as far as directly, I'm learning now about mortgage loans, all the financing behind it all, and exactly how attorneys are all involved in the process. There's inspectors, photographers, video makers. I mean, you name it. There's a million different jobs that come from the sale of a home. So I wasn't alert to that through high school, but if you take a lot of interest in your business classes and you want to build a business, I'd say this is a good path for you.
So I know you're still fairly early on in your career pathway. Where do you hope to be 5, 10 years? What do you want to see yourself grow into?
Great question. So I'm at a point where I know the process pretty well, and I'm helping a routine number of people. So I would like to eventually branch out, open my own brokerage. After 2 years, you can get your broker's license, which allows you to do so. In those prior 2 years, you're not allowed to open your own company. You need to work under a broker. So once you get through those 2 years, if it's the right fit for you, you can open your own company. And through my background, I was always interested in the entrepreneurship side and the business side. So being able to run my own shop basically is where I see myself, and definitely getting more involved in the commercial real estate side as well.
Great. So we're coming to the end of our time. Anything else you'd like to share with the students, middle school and high school, that will be watching this?
Yeah, I mean, all the connections you make right now, all the people you meet, you'll know them the rest of your life pretty much. So, and not only is it good to have be on good terms with people, but it can pay in the end. They can get you a job, they can hook you up with a deal, and you'll have a lifelong friend at the end of it. So, all good things there. Another thing is being a real estate agent. This is pretty in depth. I don't know if this will bore people to death a little, but it's you file your taxes as an independent owner basically. That means you can write off expenses like a brand new phone, computer, headphones. Basically, if you work a 9 to 5 job, you have to pay for those things in full. But since you own your own business and you use them for business practices, you can write off the cost of those. So that's just one of the ways I'm finding now that saves me a lot of money and is an awesome benefit of the job.
Great. Well, Ryan, thanks so much for your time. I really like your comment you made earlier about the importance of finding a mentor and those connections. And regardless what area you go into, finding somebody that can be your mentor and guide you, it's a great piece of advice for our students. So thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was awesome meeting Adler, and good seeing you again, Todd. All right, bye.